The history of the United States is filled with stories of ambition, hard work, and the pursuit of a better life. One such story began in the mid-19th century, when Emily, a young woman from a small village in Eastern Europe, and her family embarked on a journey to America, filled with hope for a new life. Their story became a part of the great immigration wave that not only changed their lives but also shaped the United States. The beginning of the journey, a dream for a better future. Emily was born in a small village in Eastern Europe to a farming family. She had always dreamed of something more than the hard work of tending the land, the poverty, and the limited opportunities. In her youth, she heard countless stories from relatives and neighbors about America, a land where everyone had a chance at a better life. Many people from her village had already left for the West, where they found work in factories, mines, or on the railroads. They sent letters telling tales of the opportunities that America offered, ones that couldn't be found in Europe. In 1867, when Emily was 22, her husband, Andre, with whom she had been married for several years, decided that their family should travel to America. They sold their small farm, gathered their savings, and prepared for the long journey. Their dream was simple: to start a new life where they could work, have better conditions for their children, and possibly even build a business. The voyage across the ocean. The journey to America was not easy. Emily, Andre, and their young daughter Maria first traveled to the nearest port, where they boarded a ship. The journey across the Atlantic took more than 2 weeks, and during that time, the family faced many challenges. Many passengers on the ship fell ill due to poor food and contaminated air. However, for Emily and her family, this was an opportunity they could not let slip away. They hoped that after this difficult voyage, a new life awaited them. When the ship finally arrived in New York, the family saw the Statue of Liberty for the first time, a symbol of America. It was a moment when all their hardships, doubts, and fears seemed to disappear. They stood on the deck of the ship, gazing at the vast city, filled with promises and opportunities. But this was just the beginning of their journey. The new world, challenges, and first steps. Emily and Andre arrived in New York in 1867. Their first impression of the bustling city was mixed. On one hand, it was a true metropolis, full of movement and energy. On the other, life was very difficult. The streets of New York were crowded with immigrants, many of whom had no money or place to stay. Emily and Andre went to one of the largest industrial areas of the city, where they both found work in factories. Andre got a job at a steel factory, and Emily found work at a textile mill. The wages were modest, but it was enough to buy food and rent a small apartment in a working-class neighborhood. Life was tough, but they didn't stop believing that, over time, they would improve their circumstances. Challenges and new opportunities. Emily was always an optimist. She believed in the importance of education for her children, even if they lived in humble conditions. She sent Maria to the local school, where the young girl quickly learned English. Thanks to this, Maria was able to help her parents find better job opportunities later on. As time passed, Emily and Andre started to improve their situation. Andre found work at a new factory that paid more, and Emily opened a small sewing workshop, which provided additional income. They managed to save enough money to buy a small house in one of New York's quieter neighborhoods, and that was their first major victory. Over time, the family saved enough money to help other relatives from Europe immigrate to America. They became part of the larger immigrant community that was actively building new lives in their new country. Legacy and the future. Emily lived a long, difficult, but meaningful life. She became a role model for her children and grandchildren, showing them that hard work, dedication to their goals, and faith in a better future could change their destinies. In her family, people grew up to become successful entrepreneurs, teachers, and doctors, contributing to the building of a new America. Emily and her family's story is just one of many immigrant tales that shaped the United States. It is a story of people who came to America full of hope and determination to build a better life for themselves and their children. Their journey was not only a physical movement from one continent to another but a transition to a new era where anyone had the chance for success, and the American dream became a reality.